You know, at some point in your career, every single developer asks the same questions. How good am I really? And what does it actually take to join the ranks of the very, very best?
Yeah, it's a big question, I know, but trying to understand what separates the elite performers from everyone else, well, that's the first step toward true mastery. And lucky for us, there's a really powerful framework we're about to explore that can break it all down into concrete, measurable skills.
So here's the crucial point. Being a top-tier developer is not just about banging out functions or crushing it on lead code. If you think it's all about raw coding speed, you are missing the bigger picture. True excellence is, well, it's multidimensional.
To really wrap our heads around what elite means, we need a better framework. And it turns out, the best developers consistently, and I mean consistently, excel across 4 key dimensions. So let's unpack them.
First up, we've got the foundation, technical depth. This is your core craft. It's not just about writing code that works. It's about code that is so clean, a new teammate could jump in and understand it in minutes. It's efficient, it's secure, and it's built to handle future growth without just crumbling under the weight.
Next, we're going to zoom out to systems thinking. This is all about seeing the entire forest, not just coding a single tree. You see, an average developer builds a feature. An elite developer is more like an architect, designing entire systems that can anticipate failure, manage costs, and scale gracefully.
But even the most brilliant code is pretty much meaningless without this third dimension, product and user impact. I mean, you can write the most elegant algorithm in the world, but if it doesn't solve a real person's problem or move a key business metric, what's the point? Top developers are absolutely obsessed with delivering real value.
And finally, the one that I think is a total force multiplier, collaboration and leadership. The truly elite, they don't just elevate their own work, they elevate everyone around them. They're the ones mentoring junior devs, they're unblocking those complex projects, and they're making the entire team smarter and way more effective.
All right, so with that framework in mind, let's get a little personal. First, we're going to take a quick look at where this kind of talent is concentrated globally, and then I'm going to give you a tool to benchmark yourself against these very same criteria.
So first, a quick peek at the global landscape. Based on 2024 data, the highest concentration of developers is in the US, followed by Germany and India. And it's really worth noting that India has the fastest growing base of open source contributors, which signals a huge shift in the future of top talent.
Okay, and here is how you can measure yourself. This little rubric breaks down those 4 dimensions into a really practical scale. It goes from developing, where you might be at the start of your journey, all the way up to that top 1% caliber, which represents true mastery.
So, what's the magic number? Well, based on a weighted average of the different dimensions in the full framework, a score of 4.3 or higher suggests you are consistently operating in that top 1% territory. It's a high bar for sure, but it's a concrete target you can aim for.
All right, this is your moment. Time for an honest self-assessment. I really encourage you to pause right here and, using that rubric as your guide, give yourself a score in each area. This is just for you. Be honest.
Okay, welcome back. So, whether your score was high or maybe you found some areas for growth, the number itself, that's not the point. The point is knowing what to do next. This next section is your roadmap to leveling up, no matter where you're starting from. This roadmap lays out 5 really concrete steps. You can start small, maybe contribute to an open source project you already love. From there, actively look for chances to design systems, not just small components. Then get obsessed with measuring the real-world impact of your code. Make mentorship a deliberate practice, not an accident. And finally, share what you've learned with the world.
So we've covered the what, the where, and the how. But to wrap all this up, let's talk about what is easily the most important piece of the puzzle, the mindset. Because being in the top 1% isn't some static label you achieve. It's a whole way of operating.
I just love this quote because it captures the essence of this perfectly. It is not a one-time achievement. It's a relentless, daily commitment to getting better, delivering more value, and helping others do the same. That right there, that's the real secret. And that powerful idea is really at the heart of this entire framework, which, by the way, was developed by Coach Mr. Sachin Chitre. It's just a fantastic model for thinking about your own career growth. So, we'll end with this. You've seen the model, you've assessed yourself, and now you have a roadmap. The only question left is, what is the very next step you're going to take on your journey?